Water is such a big story here in Utah, Lana.
It's the desert. It has to be. I'll always take a tall drink of water anytime I get the chance. We all should feel that way. We're still in the winter months, and we know that winter isn't over yet. Didn't quite feel that way, though, in southern Utah. Put that time lapse from Black Desert into motion, and you see clearing for the afternoon. 79 was the high in St. George. Ivins hit 80. Usually this time of year, 63 is the average high, so way above where we should be. Well, that starts to change tonight, because in the last few hours, you see that deck of clouds there kind of sneaking through southern Utah. That was our slow-moving cold front. Behind it, cooler air filled in, and we saw that along the Wasatch Front throughout the day and evening. And tonight, we're going to see those changes in the south before high pressure starts to build on back. As we look at temperatures right now, if you're stepping out, it's cold, freezing in Logan, mid-30s in Ogden, 30s in Salt Lake, backside of the Wasatch in the mid-30s, and you can kind of see those 30s settling in. A few 40s and 50s still holding steady in southern Utah, with St. George sitting at 59. The temperature change shows us exactly where and how we were impacted by that front. Whoa, check out the West Desert. And Salt Lake was 16 degrees warmer at this point yesterday. So our mild start to the work week changed ever so slightly with more seasonal norms today. Heading into the overnight, we keep those mostly clear skies with those 30s setting up along the Wasatch Front. The cloud cover that we saw was associated with the front, so there's not a ton of moisture. 31 for the overnight, so freezing as you head out tomorrow morning. Just be ready. You'll see sunshine and dry conditions, but it will feel a little chilly. I'll show you why. Current wind gusts, I focus on southern Utah here. You see some bigger numbers. Milford, Beaver, New Harmony, St. George starting to relax a little bit. It's because when the cold front comes through, that northerly flow at times, especially in Washington County, can enhance the canyon winds. So some gap winds down south. The parent system of the cold front, so that sent the cold front through, that low stayed to the north of us, which is why we didn't see moisture. But again, that northerly flow for our Wednesday will allow for seasonal temperatures. So we'll be exactly where we should be. It's just we felt a little spoiled starting the work week with above average warmth. Now we do keep that warming trend. Once the high pressure builds back, that ridge will move in, dominate the western United States, which means through the close of the work week, we have a fairly quiet weather pattern. I know what you're thinking, warming and quiet. Oh, but we don't stay that way, folks. Let me show you why. Long-range futurecast shows cooler conditions for tomorrow. There's that high pressure. It sets up, the ridge allows for lots of sunshine, the warming trend, sinking air, and it acts as a storm block. But a low starts to meander through the desert southwest. That cutoff low, counterclockwise flow, brings the potential of increased clouds and maybe some isolated showers to the southern half of the state for the latter half of the weekend. Also, we start to see on the model here a pattern shift change. Notice the cloud cover by Sunday, with wet weather wanting to return Monday to northern Utah. Well, we keep that trend. We see Monday through Wednesday, the chance of precipitation potential rises, and so that's something we're going to watch closely. And you notice it's blue. That's snow. We don't sleep on March here in the Beehive State. We know that the potential for some wintry weather is still in the cards. Precipitation type will nail down as we get closer to next week, but wanted to give you that long-range view, always forewarn you. 40s for tomorrow, close to average or just slightly below it. 40s and 50s on the eastern side of the state. 69 in St. George tomorrow. That's 10 degrees cooler than where they were today. So there's that cold front at work, making a difference. Taking a look at the next 7 days, you see the St. George 7-day, where we get back into the 70s, really pretty, lots of sunshine, but then isolated showers want to sneak in Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Notice the increase of cloud cover by Saturday due to that low, and then some wet weather, but we'll take it. Here's the Wasatch Front. You check those numbers, and we also see that warming trend from average to the 50s. Very pleasant. I don't see a 64. Monday, I sort of loved you, but we definitely need that wet weather, and we see it coming back. Our peak warmth over the next few days will be Sunday, ahead of our next weather maker, which could bring in precip potential.
Hey.
50s back to 40s. You like that? 50s sandwich right in the middle.
We like
Take a
that
big
little
bite.
50s sandwich, okay? Hey.